Right guys, as you can see we have a little bit of a different location. We had to move due to technical issues as well as we had to recast due to technical issues, but we're here casting the last two matches of this very important and big final of the Leviathan tournament. Yes. On the right with his gaze, and on the left we have Michele with Princess Smasher Vile Crown. Yes.
Quando 27?
Oh, I guess so. Probably white and blue land. Maybe it's just gonna go for a normal land. If you are afraid of those wastelands, well, not wasteland because it's gonna. Okay, here's it all. As simple as it is, it's actually gonna play it untapped or tapped. He just wants to play it untapped to do something in Michele's turn, or maybe it's just gonna play it untapped just to avoid to suffer the damage which was splitting it. Okay, it's just gonna do a ponder, so he lost 3 health points, 1 with the fetch and 2 with the shockland, which is actually already something. I can't really see it. Okay. Right, after the ponder, he's gonna go right. That is another fetch. I cannot really tell. Well, it's just gonna be a lot of lands and a lot of other. Alright, actually, this is very interesting. That was a wasteland and a trick bend. So, actually, Nicola kind of killed his lands without accomplishing much. That was a very good trick bin by Michele. And he's gonna play a land and not go for that case yet. Just gonna wait. Oh, and actually Michele here draws a Force of Will, which is a very, very strong draw. He must be very happy with that draw right now. Let's see what he's gonna do. Maybe he's just gonna go for a vial and protect her, because as you said before, it is a her with the Force of Will, but it is not the case, and it's gonna be Nicola's turn right now. Just gonna play that. And actually players are just playing lands and watching each other's in the eyes. Maybe in the eyes, you cannot even tell. Yours. Yeah, actually they are both very scared of counters and are just waiting for someone to do the first spell, and here is Michele. Yeah, and he has also Force of Will in his hands. Quite lucky draws. And he wants to do something in the end of Nicola's turn because he has not drawn yet. He's gonna draw, okay? Yeah, but he actually did nothing and just drew. So he's gonna have 6 lands. Nicola is gonna draw. This was actually land, wasteland, trick bin, land. Very interesting match so far. And finally something is happening, thanks God. Yeah, brainstorm, see if maybe you can find a solution from that case. Nicola is gonna
have 2. I mean,
yeah,
both
but
Diabolic Edict and MiaNonna.
Alright. But maybe he just wanted to search for a counter. Who knows? He's just gonna put that Liliana on top because he's gonna draw it anyways, and he's gonna let that case come into play.
I guess.
Yes. Alright, so he's gonna make sacrifice that case, which even if it has X-proof, sacrificing does not target, so he's gonna be forced into sacrificing it.
No counter.
Yep, and so it's Michele's turn. He's gonna draw Liliana, which he already knew. He's gonna play another Swam, and yeah, probably if he did not counter the Diabolic Edit, you can assume he has no counter at all, I guess. There's. Alright.
Here is a smasher, and here is a counter for creatures.
So Smasher plus counter for creatures. Yeah, you can assume he has no counters if you don't know that he runs counter for creatures in his deck, which actually makes sense, especially in case as you don't want, yeah, and you don't want people to block your commander with small creatures, so you want to play those kind of counters, and they're gonna start to discard. Alright, it's gonna be Nicola's turn. Let's see what he does. He has a problem. That Lilian of the Well is just very, very strong. Yes. And we're seeing it again and again in Michele's hand.
And again a Cataclysm.
Alright.
It's the same game as before.
Yeah. That's probably, maybe not. It's just. Alright, Force of Will with a Factor Fiction pitched, and
Yes.
Memory Lapse on Force of Will.
Pretty strong, you know.
Yeah, especially going for a Cataclysm. Yes, just because he just made him not only discard, he just destroyed all of his lands, and also he made him discard a card and lose one life. This was actually a very good draw a land in this turn, yeah. And Liliana is actually going to say goodbye. Yeah, pretty much. They both keep drawing very, very good cards like Cataclysm, like Liliana. It seems like they always have them in their hands. They're of course cheating!
As we said before, we have
Yeah.
both players show that already that they have both skill.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a 7-round tournament.
Yeah, especially when you arrive here and like you won all the previous games. If they both won all the previous games, it means that probably they are at the same skill level, and being at the same skill level kind of means that at this point luck is very, 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 very important. And they keep playing lands and things like that, and they are both blocked, but Michele did draw a land while Nicola did not. Now he attacks him probe. He's gonna lose 2 lives and hopefully draw a land by himself. Alright, so it's a Force of Will, a Bolt, and that extra time turn, which can do a lot of damage, right? Oh. Alright, and the land after the Gitaxian probe. No, I don't think so, because the previous turn he did just skip land, if I can recall correctly. Alright, no land again. While Michele is going to play the Duress, maybe? A lot of good cards. Yeah, again, they're both waiting for someone to do the first move, which doesn't really seem like it's paying off for both players. I mean, if Michele maybe started going for that vial or for Crown just to start and scare his opponent a little bit, things like that, maybe force a counter, you know, they're just both waiting. They're doing a very patient game, maybe because they're just too tired to take risks. Obviously, playing Duress is very good because you're not gonna take risks anymore, you're just gonna know what the opponent has in his hand.
In the case Nicola decided to counter the Duress, you know,
Which is the case.
it works anyway.
Yeah. Because you're gonna take a counter away from his hand. So counter on Duress, probably not to show, more than not to discard, I guess it's not to show what it is in his hand.
Because Nicola had plenty of cards.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you.
Okay, so he's gonna destroy the land with the dumb cousin of Wasteland, and he's actually gonna block his land again, and Nicola is not gonna draw any land, not now, let's see, not again. So the Parallax Tide is just gonna play it no matter what, because it is a very very strong card, and if Nicola does not have any counter, this is actually kind of game. Yeah, so Mana Leak. Let's see if the counter war is real.
I guess so.
Force of will, pitching what? He's gonna do the force of will. I mean, if this Parallax Tide hits the battlefield, it is game
The
over.
only pitch is temporal trespass.
So maybe he's thinking about it, but I think that if this Parallax Tide is in the field, it is game.
Yes, I think also, but he's thinking about if it would be worth it or not.
Yeah. Alright, so it's a force of will, and let's see if Nicola has an answer. Force of will! Oh my god! Actually, it is a very great counter war, guys. So it was
Nicola saved it.
Parallax Tide, Mana Leak, Force of Will, and Force of Will after a Cataclysm, guys. This is happening. I mean,
I'm the kind of player that dies from stifling first fetch land.
yeah, and
Those guys are both playing after a cataclysm.
yeah, this was a fucking insane counter war, guys. I mean, for real. I'm gonna say it again. Parallax, Mana Leak, Force of Will into Force of Will. I mean, the only thing that was missing it was days into days, because they were both tapped out. I mean,
Which Michele drew. I mean,
maybe he could go also for Path of Negation, but they don't run it in their deck lists, I think.
thanks God,
No,
I would say.
well, you don't like Path of Negation, I like Path of
No, I don't like, but dying by Armageddon is such.
Alright, so Michele is gonna play a Chrome Box and wait for Nicola to do this move. By the way, winning this counter will put Nicola into a much better spot than it was before. Not only because he saved himself from the Parallax Tide, but because he made Michele play a lot of cards.
He knew which were Michele's cards,
Yeah.
so he forced him, you know. Is
Right?
he bouncing blocks?
Yeah, maybe just to make him lose one draw. I mean, bouncing the maps into the top of his library.
Yes, it's just a time wall
Yeah,
situation.
which is good after a lot of things happened in the battlefield, and after you only have lands and probably Geist if he's gonna play it. So actually, Nicola here is looking very. He is very good looking right now. I mean, not. I'm sure he's a nice guy and a very good looking guy, but I mean on the board he's looking very good. Let's see.
What's happening here? Again, the Chrome Mogs. Pitching maybe the Searing Spear.
Well,
Searing
I'm
Spear,
not
yes.
sure about this Chrome Mox again. just losing another card. He maybe just
Oh,
have.
you know,
Oh well,
both
he's
times.
gonna play
Whoa,
Vile
spell
and
queller.
all right.
Which is Nicola's MVP today, I have to say.
Yeah, Nicola keeps showing us that he has answers. This time he seems like the control player, and Michele feels like he's the aggressor, not really accomplishing much though.
You know, both times Michele exiled removal spells with Demox.
Yeah,
Both removal spells that can't hurt Geist. So
yeah,
he was not expecting Nicola to have the spell queller,
right.
which is an important player here.
Alright,
I mean,
fetching out, going to 22. 22.
the first creature to see an untap since the beginning of the game.
Well, players are not really using the health points counter. Let's see that someone.
The head judge
Press.
was near them, so I guess that it's going to be updated soon.
Okay.
Because at this time it was kind of
Yeah.
almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So we were
In the morning, kind of.
we were all gathered around the players.
Yeah. Which did put a lot of pressure. More pressure than the top prize and things like that, but you know, it's they are at the finals, they deserve pressure.
Yes. You know, the winner will become the first Lord of the Seas. So
Alright.
besides of the prize pool, there is also glory.
Glory and honor. Alright,
Oh,
he did play.
destroyed the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, with disenchant, I think. Is that a
Yes,
disenchant?
it's
Full, he's a full art disenchant.
The best disenchant I've ever seen.
There's a lot of disenchant in the world, but that's the best disenchant.
Unfortunately, it's not available in the foil version.
Okay,
I love foils.
you would have it.
As
Alright,
you know.
more damage done by the spell queller
happening
and
here?
Geist hitting.
Dazed.
Oh, more counters, guys.
What's on top there?
I cannot really even count the number of counter spells that we saw in this match. I mean, at this point, probably players were just screaming things, and Judge was
there
just
was a player watching the
ancestral. My guys, there are some things happening on this table right now. So some real things happening on this table.
We had a player watching this match. He was near me. I was looking at the computer, you know.
Yeah.
And every time one of the two players dropped the bomb on the boat, he started screaming "Glory!" Which was kind of funny for us. I mean,
Yeah, not for the players maybe, but you know.
I have to say that he started to scream "Glory" only when they drop bombs on the battlefield, not when they throw bombs. So
Yeah, okay.
Fair.
It was kind of fair, but obviously with a lot of pressure in maybe.
Glory.
Okay. Well, by the way, Ancestor is another bomb, of course.
Here is
And
Crown.
Crown is gonna hit the ground, but not gonna attack, alright. He's just gonna play it to defend himself from the spell. Oh my god! Stop this! What the fuck is happening on this table right now? I mean, Force of Will, Mana Leak, Daze, and for Spike.
Trick beam.
Alright guys, this match was kind of epic. And Ancestor is gonna go to 3,
The time is ticking for that ancestral legion.
and for Michele as well. I mean, when that Ancestral hits the ground, it's not really gonna be heaven
And
for
Michele
Michele.
have no cards in his
Alright,
hand,
our,
so he have
our head judge finally decided to update those outputs.
by the way, thanks Federico, which was the head judge for the event, for being here for the whole time.
Thank you! And for driving us home.
Yes,
Maybe.
in our let's travel. Oh, and
Alright.
here we have. It's breath. No, I can't.
Breath of the
name.
Dragon?
No, it's. Oh gosh,
Dragon something.
I can't remember.
Breath something.
It's 3 mana, 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. Pay X life,
Yes.
deal X damage, divided as you choose among any number of target creatures.
Yes.
So basically it was pay 4 lives, destroy both of your opponent's threats.
Alright, why did he show at the Mind Stone?
Because he needed a sensor to continue click streak.
Okay, yeah. And he's gonna do a Wasteland. Well, he...
Breath of the Regards.
Okay. You remember also that. Alright, he's gonna draw land and it's gonna just pass his turn because he has nothing to do. Ancestor is going to 1 and soon he's gonna have to draw 3 cards, which feels good.
Oh, Nicola drew a land, but he decided not to play it.
Michele drew something.
Faking some better draw.
Yeah, I used to do that as well. Michele is he drew something which we don't know. He's thinking about what to do, probably.
I hope something useful against that vision.
Adjusting that graveyard feels good, man. Let's just see. I mean, there are not many ways in which Michele can really come out of this. Ancestor is gonna come to play.
Unless
What the heck is
deck torrential gear
Glory!
Flashbacking.
Here it was one of...
Flashbacking trick beam.
Here probably it was one of those glory moments.
Yes. You know, top deck torrential gear into trick beam, not allowing Nicola
after everything happened on the board. And right now Nicola has a big problem on the board.
Or
and
maybe
he's
he have not.
Okay, well he had a lot of cards in his hand. So that Colossus did what he had to do, but Nicola, which I was just about to say, was in a very bad spot, just had the solution, and now with no cards on Meddling Mage, he's gonna say Vial.
Or Brown, I can really say.
Maybe it was Graham.
So he said Brown.
He said Graham, okay. He's gonna play Vial indeed. Glory! Yeah, that
It was one of those
glory
moments.
moments.
The best quotation of this streaming.
One of those glory moments, guys. Alright, a volcanic island, and with 7 mana, he played Crown, I guess. Smasher. Alright, but Smasher has just got smashed into the ground. This game was just insane. So many things happened onto the board. How can those players even stay calm?
And here is a Swords to Plowshare on that Vial. I mean, you don't deserve to play creature in this game.
Yeah, as I said, I don't understand how players could stay calm.
Both of them on top decks, but one of them have gaze.
Which sounds good. Maybe Michele drew no. I hope he drew nothing. He drew so many. Okay. It was still something, but not something as decisive. Because otherwise it would have been incredible. I mean, he played so many cards.
Also, Nicola played that so many cards.
Well, Gaze does a lot of damage. If Michele does not draw something, it is gonna be game. He can still draw something, guys.
And he have nothing.
But he can still put those 2 cards on the bottom and draw something.
Hype is real, guys.
Let us see your skills. That's skills. Come on. Come on. Maybe he has a... I can see those 2 cards, but
One
maybe...
is Shigmo, both of them straight forward on the bottom, so no matter. What's on top deck? Please share.
Alright. There's a concede on the top deck. And game number 3, it's about to start.
No, è stata una bella partita, abbiamo giocato tutto il mazzo praticamente.
Hopefully. Yeah. A big shout out to those players for the there was a lot of pressure, and we can even see a cheeky smile on Nicola's face because that game didn't really start in the best of ways. The last game of the Leviathan tournament is
Questo lo facevano in contenzione, porta questo approccio qui.
I cannot really think. Maybe if they oh my god. Please guys, please be merciful. I love to cast this.
Uno dei due, uno spera che si inchioda. Perché abbiamo solo ricominciato a giocare. Ma c'avete 3 carte. Facciamo che cazzo. Sposto qui, ma anch'io.
Of course, thanks to you guys for watching the because
tutto così.
It's great to do this for someone because there are players that want to play this game.
Io ho detto dai cazzo, finita qua. L'errore che ho fatto è stato non girare intorno a Crossfire.
And players shuffling their decks so intensively. Every day they're shuffling.
Ma eravamo lì. Cioè se tu pescavi Toxic dell'oggi era tua.
Well, those were really awesome games, especially the second one. Really great game. Both sides of the board. Yeah, after the Cataclysm, a lot of stuff happened. So we hope to see another great game in the third set. In the third match of the set. It's
late. By now it's...
Yeah, it's not that... Well, actually it is as late as it was that night probably. Because right now it's 1:23 we're kind of night guys.
Io vorrei avere Magic con gli effetti.
Ma io lo
allora per favore riusciamo a infiltrare la prossima a dire di sì.
Monday. No, it's Sunday. Sunday.
The 13th. Alright, game number 3. It's gonna be a keep for both players, I think. I cannot really tell by their hands if they have good hands or not, but it seems like they're not in the mood for a mulligan. I'll just let them see if they do actually mulligan. No, I don't think so. Well, it's a very important choice, and this is the last game, of course. Alright, yeah. Nicola is gonna take the mulligan. Well, no, not for this, but not in the final, but if you don't have a good hand, or if you don't like the hand that you have, maybe you are really forced into that mulligan. It can happen. So mulligan is real.
Disegnarmi degli occhi finti qua. Prima ne
He's gonna shuffle it. He's gonna shuffle that deck again and again. Shuffle.
Let's hope we will see many more glory moments.
Yeah, as I said before, that second game was very, very great, and we hope to have a third game as great as this one. Nicola player showed us many good plays, as well as Michele did. And 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it seems like a keep, yeah, he's gonna scribe on the bottom. But if he scries, it means it's gonna be a keep, right? Okay. Alright, it's a Shockland tapped for Michele. Is it Shockland? Okay. Island. And it's gonna have Liliana again. I mean, was it?
Third game
Was
in
it?
a
Yeah,
row.
yeah. It was a third time in a row, right? Did Nicola actually skip his lands? This is not very good for him. This is.
I did not to Mulligan again.
Well, you cannot really mulligan at 5. We were talking with Radek about really how bad it is to mulligan at 5 with Geist. And as I said in another cast of this tournament, you know, with other decks you can do it, but with Geist it really, really sucks. Which is good, but the next turn he's gonna have to draw again. Maybe he has something to draw some cards right now. Yeah. Otherwise he couldn't keep it. Yeah. Okay, so Vian is gonna hit the ground. He's gonna smash the ground. Ho ho ho! Ho ho! So funny. Yeah, but you know, Nicola has only 2 mana and he probably has to use them to draw some cards, so he can't really counter, and if he counters he's not really in the best spot, right? And he is actually gonna anticipate.
That's not good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
The same stuff, yeah.
you couldn't see it, but I actually raised my both hands to the sky.
Yes, for this match we decided not to please
Va bene.
you with our faces.
Just because we are too beautiful for you, but
Yes. No, because we wanted you to
concentrate as much as you can on the matches, which were very interesting.
and
Actually,
glory
after
moments.
the anticipate, he has that Cavern of Souls, which is very good against Grixis Smasher, which runs a lot of counters on it. So this Geist is gonna be covered just by himself. And so Nicola, which didn't have the greatest start, is now actually coming back in game, but he doesn't know about that Liliana, which is gonna come very soon, I guess.
He is right now fetching out the second black in order to cast Liliana.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can I have a little more? Liliana hitting the ground again for the 3rd time in a row. I guess Nicola won't be happy about it.
Do you know what we need now?
Another
a
Liliana.
cataclysm.
Oh, no, please.
In order to have the 3rd game.
No,
Liliana
please.
into Cataclysm into
Nicola-
2 Force of Wills.
Nicola is probably just screaming in his head right now, just because if I was Nicola, I would have just started punching the table a lot of times. I mean, Liliana 3 times in a row. If I'm playing Geist, God, you must be lucky as shit. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. And it's actually
We have
gonna
to
be.
entertain ourselves, as we already said. So.
It's actually gonna be a Gitaxian probe. We.
Oh god.
Alright, Mind Sculptor as well. Doesn't look like Nicola is in the best
Spot ever.
Yes, thank you for that. But he also lost the case due to Liliana, so he needs 2 more lands to play it again. He's just drawing down what Michele has in his hand. Alright.
Very tense game. You know, Nicola is way back in the game, but it's still intense because of.
Well, he wants to win as well, even if he's that behind. know, you really want to find a solution. But here, you know, he has fewer lands. Michele has maybe even more cards in his hand. He has a Liliana in play. Nicola is in a bad spot. Anything is possible, but Nicola is in a bad spot right now.
Definitely the bad spot.
But we said this a lot of times, and
He's discarding.
yeah, we said this a lot of times, and a lot of times player just showed us that nothing is impossible. So let's just see. Especially there is no way. Alright, Liliana going for that +1. Nicola is gonna discard as well as Michele. Gonna discard a counter actually. That is a very confident move. I mean, he shows that theoretically he has a lot of counters in his hand if he's discarding a 1. Especially a 1 that does a scry 2, which actually is kind of good. Vial starting to do those damages, and Parallax died. This calls a counter. Counter or GG, and indeed it's gonna be negate, alright. Michele has not force. Well, he already has Mind Sculptor and Liliana, so thanks God he has not Force of Will as well. Nicola is right now still on 3 mana, gonna play. Let's see. Maybe he could just get rid of that Liliana, but he would not really. Yeah, but he would not really steal. Alright. Yeah, he's doing it on Vial actually. So Liliana is gonna still stay on the board, and it's gonna keep with. Well, actually, having no creature to destroy, I think that the Tension Sphere was okay both on Liliana or Vial. But maybe Liliana was better. I mean, Vial can kill you, but if Liliana reaches her ultimate, it's just game straight. Alright, still discarding. And Mind Sculptor hitting the ground as well. Does it cost 4?
That's right.
Okay.
For the whole tournament, we casted a lot of Mind Sculptor.
You're right.
But it's late again. Both 4 players are fast.
Alright, Island finally. Finally Nicola is able to play something as well. But still, I mean, there's so much on the board for Michele that everything that he... I mean, if he plays a creature, Michele can just kill it with Liliana or bounce it with Geist. He has to draw a Cataclysm or something like that. And actually, with Michele controlling his top decks, it's not really gonna be easy. Another land. Yeah, but I mean the setup is too bad for Nicola. Just seeing both Liliana and Jace uncontested in the battlefield means that you're in a very, very, very bad spot.
Let you kill victory. So
Yeah.
you have to find a solution for offense.
This card,
Cataclysm, I guess.
yeah. And he's not gonna draw Cataclysm because Michele checked his top deck, and he's gonna do it again and again and again and again.
Here is a wasteland.
And even if he draws a Cataclysm, he needs to cover it with counters, which he doesn't probably have, due to the discards provided by Liliana. Again, he's gonna check the top deck.
Rightly, Michele won that Void Wasteland in a tournament we all stayed in Genova.
Ah.
So
And again a discard. Yeah, this is just a pain for Nicola. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is gonna end quite soon. Losing a final like this must be kind of bad. Losing to...
still go for the final.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, but you know, seeing that Liliana 3 times in a row must make Nicola kind of mad. He did not show us. I mean, he was very good with his fair play, but maybe inside he was screaming a little bit. I think, at least. Well, he still won a lot of money. I mean, so it's still okay.
You know, reaching the final in
Yeah,
the first
in a
day
very
of
big
the
tournament.
with 100 players, you know. It's just a match, at least.
Yeah.
You showed.
And this would still be 2-1, so because it is not over yet, but this would still be 2-1, which is still a great result. All right, conditioned, negate, arcane denial. All right, another counter war, guys, which was into the royal, into a conditioned, into. I cannot really tell what counter is that.
Memory lapse.
Memory lapse into a logic knot, not arcane denial. Logic knot. This was again another counter war, which this time was won by Michele. The last counter war wasn't really good for Michele, but this one. And days! Oh my god, guys! Alright! This never ends! all of this for an into the royal. I mean, what the fuck? There's still one turn for the Jace to go on his ultimate, but I mean, after this, Michele should just concede. After that look, that look.
Huge plays here.
I mean, on the artwork of Days, there's a very impressive look by a very impressive guy. After seeing that look, Michele should have just resigned, of course.
Glory.
Glory! That was another glory moment. Alright, this is gonna end as soon as Jace does his ultimate. By the way, I mean, all of this counter war should have left Michele with no counters, theoretically. So maybe...
He still have Liliana.
Yeah, but maybe if Nicola can draw something to take care of the Jace, this is not really the end. I mean, Nicola is in the worst spot ever, but this is still a game. Maybe not an open one, but still a game. Liliana is gonna come back, there is no counter for that.
Discarding an island.
Discarding an island. Drawing. Playing an island. Alright! I've got
Dovevo collegare ancora.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
I mean,
it's been an honor to cast this for you, and I hope that we're gonna have other tournaments and that you're gonna follow us again and again and again.
it was a pleasure to. It was a privilege to have these amazing players here at
And
at
these
Beetle
amazing
matches.
counter wars.
These amazing counter wars and players and decks. So, thanks, guys, and congratulations with Michele for winning the first Lord of the Seas, becoming the first Lord of the Seas,
And for congratulations to Nicola for those daisies.
thanks a lot, guys, and see you in the next one.
See you soon.